If this is gonna work properly, let's say I'm already getting frame drops just playing this game, let alone trying to record it at the same time. Like, there are certain things I'm just unsure if they're parryable or not. That was way too early, and I keep doing that. Like, 2 parries, 1 riposte is not very good. Just in terms of like how much time it takes to do. Nope, that was a mistake. I know, but like, it's that move. Like, you can tell this game, like, sorry, this mod. You can tell which moves were taken from Sekiro because they're the ones that fucking instantly kill you. Because they're just designed to be, you know, like do. You know what I mean? You're not meant to block them. Because the thing is, like, Sekiro is different because you don't take health damage from blocking things, whereas this mod, like right there, you do. you take health damage from the perfect blocks is a thing. And it's kind of like, well, if I'm taking damage from something called a perfect block, then it's not perfect, is it? You can also tell which one's a Sekiro moveset because of the camera fucking up so bad. But like, that's what I mean. That was... Sorry, I'm trying to see. I genuinely don't think that the perfect block is a thing. Or at least like the same way that Sekiro is. Like, Sekiro, you take essentially the equivalent of like stamina damage, whereas this you take health damage as well. And so it kind of like raises the question of like, what's the point then? You know what I mean? If I can't perfectly block something if I can't perfectly block something and not take damage, then why should I try and perfectly block it? But like, look at that damage, man. It's just so little. And they're all like this. Every boss is like this, and it's just like, there's so many just like long combos and stuff like that, and so many of them. It's like playing. It's like the devs looked at Ava, the Eliam Lois, the first boss that's like the anti-healing boss. That one, and they decided that's what they want to base their mod on because that's a fun concept. Just the idea of never having a chance to properly heal, that's a good boss concept. Or just like enemy design in general. So many of them, it's not the aggression, it's just like the cooldown between attacks is just slightly too much. Sorry, slightly too little. And so you don't actually get a chance to heal properly. And also, this boss, man. If you're making something for Dark Souls 3, please keep in mind the fact that it is Dark Souls 3. Please keep in mind the physics engine and the horrendous camera. So let's try and do this like it's Dark Souls 3. You see what I mean? So many of them have such insane, like, floatiness. If you look at his like actual movements, they feel like Sekiro movements because they're probably taken from a Sekiro boss, and they are so floaty. Compared to Dark Souls 3 as like a game, which just isn't. Dark Souls 3 isn't floaty. Like when this is what I imagine when I hear people talk about Elden Ring. You know, so many people talk about Elden Ring. Oh, it's so it's such like combo spam, just endless combos, never giving you time to think, and all that sort of stuff. This is what I imagine. I just imagine like this is the same design ethos, and it just, that was completely on me. That was me actually missing it. But I kind of feel like I'm stuck at a point where so many of the bosses are like, so many of the places that I have to go are bosses like this, where they're just like, I feel like I am not meant to be here, if that makes sense. I just feel like I'm in the wrong place. Like, I feel like, you know how you can skip Dancer and go straight to Lothric Castle, just from like the beginning area? I feel like I've done that, aside from I haven't. I've just like ended up in the wrong place completely. That's just how I feel, and I don't know, I feel like this could do with some balance changing, or at least a mode where, you know, maybe the health scaling is kept as normal, and maybe boss health is like halved. Maybe would be a good change, because also, once again, Sekiro movesets in a game where you do not have the defensive opportunities, as Sekiro is just annoying. And bosses that are so mobile that they fuck up the Dark Souls 3 shit camera. Also, not fun. Like, I want to enjoy this game, this mod, but it's just kind of hard in its current state. Like, that combo, man. Just, like, never ending. And it's like, what? You know, Dark Souls 3, that's like 2-3 hit combos, maybe a 4-hit combo if it's like a super endgame boss, but this is just like, oh yeah, here's a 10-hit combo. Have fun. It's the second boss. And I'm way too early on these as well. Completely on me. So from that one fell. That one was too early as well. But I'm kind of looking at it and it's like, where else do I go? You know what I mean? Like, with my current damage, where else am I meant to go to? And I don't know. I don't think there is anywhere. You know, everything gives, like, so little souls, like, in terms of drops. If there's more, like... This guy is another Sekiro boss. Just for the record, I did roll there on those throne things. You know what I mean? It's like there's difficult in the way that the base game is, and then there's just like, oh yeah, here's just unfair. And I think that this does veer into being unfair. Because, like, look at the damage that we're dealing. This is +3 as well. I'm just not sure what this game is sort of expecting me to play this as. I did press roll there as well. Like, are you expecting me to play this like Sekiro or like Dark Souls 3? Because the movesets are Sekiro. Once again, I did roll there, but I don't have the same capabilities that Sekiro has. Can I parry this guy? If I just rely on parrying. Because, like, once again, in Sekiro, you block them. In this game, you don't. And that's the thing. It's like, these movesets were designed to be blocked. Right? They were designed where, with perfect timing, you know, you essentially have like a massive stamina bar. And with perfect timing, you take absolutely no damage. Whereas this just, you know... I have beaten one boss in this mod, which was actually pretty fair and pretty good, which was the one from the mine in the same area. This guy, I feel like, is the next one that we are meant to go for. Like, I feel like this is the boss that we are meant to be fighting. But at the same time, it just doesn't feel right, you know what I mean? That was, I don't want to say greed, it's just unfamiliarity with the movesets. Because, I mean, I'm used to playing this with, like, a Sekiro moveset. Not Sekiro moveset, but like a Sekiro defense. You know what I mean? Like, so many times mods have put, like, Sekiro things into Dark Souls 3. And they always feel off. Because Sekiro is not a Souls-like. At all. There is... Like, Sekiro has such a minimal resemblance to Dark Souls that it just doesn't work. Like, I admire the work put into, you know what I mean, like, create all of these, like, this, as far as I'm aware, is mostly, I don't want to say brand new, but, like, you know what I mean, this is mostly made by this mod team. And it's, like, quite impressive, the effort put in, and I wish that I could enjoy it and not have to worry about the dodgy feeling combat. Because, like, the entire game feels like this. Or, well, the entire mod, sorry. The entire mod just feels like it has something that I'm missing. I did press roll there to try and iframe through that. I didn't know if I could, but... You know what I mean? I just feel like I'm missing something. You know, I'll talk about it here while I'm not trying to focus on anything else. When I first played the, like, my first experience with Dark Souls was Dark Souls 2. And I did not know what I was doing at all. Right, I didn't understand the concept of, like, iframes and stuff like that. I didn't understand that that was a key part of the game mechanic. And so I was just trying to, like, I was essentially playing a no-roll, right? I was trying to outspace, I was blocking with, like, 100% absorption shields and stuff like that. That's what I was blocking with. And playing the game like that. And I couldn't get past, the Sentinels, is it? The 3 Sentinels, Ruined Sentinels, yeah. I couldn't get past them because I was fundamentally unaware that I was playing the game wrong. Right? I did not understand that the way I was playing the game is not how you're meant to play it. I am getting flashbacks to that because that's what I feel like at the moment. I feel like that there is something that I am simply just missing. You know, like, if I if I just factor in the thing that I am forgetting or not understanding, that I would be then I would be able to sort of like properly play this. But I feel like I'm just not able to. That's the thing, because like Sekiro was hard, but this, like Sekiro, you could tell like, oh, I am making progress. I don't get that same feeling of like, I am improving and progressing through this boss fight. I just feel like, oh, I am getting more or less lucky. And as I've said on like other occasions, other games, feeling like you have zero agency and your progression is down to luck is single-handedly the worst feeling in any game that you could possibly have. If I feel like I am not actually progressing or doing anything in your game and I'm just getting lucky, then you have fundamentally failed to make a game worth playing. You know, if that's what your game is, you might as well just play like, you might as well just go and play like poker or something like that, or blackjack. Where it's just like, it's RNG, and you just find like the one. What the fuck are they called? I don't want to say Kishir, because obviously they're not. But like the woman, you just find one with an attractive woman, and it's like, hey, I've got, pretty, in brackets, graphics, and I'm just playing a game based on RNG that I have no agency over. Although, I mean, you most certainly do. Blackjack and poker are not just complete RNG, but they might as well be. Let's be honest. Once again, like, you see what I mean when I say like floaty? It feels like Sekiro floaty, because it is. These people, these bosses have Sekiro floaty movesets in a game without that for the character. Like, their movement is Sekiro movement. My movement is Dark Souls 3 movement. And there is such a massive difference between those. And there isn't really anything else I could throw my head against. Because, like, we've tried that. We've done that boss, and I think that the only way forward is through this guy. And so I'm going to change back to what I'm comfortable with. But I will show you what I mean. It, like, fuck you. Actually, no, just kill me. Or don't. Yeah, I will show you with, like, the first thing that I saw. also really dislike the Demon Souls. Like, look, I understand the thematics behind it, but Jesus Christ. Please don't force me into extra loading screens. Right? So this is the weapon that I started with. And I went to this one first because this is normally where the transposing kiln is. I forget the guy's name. But I come here and I see this guy and I'm like, okay, these guys, Dark Souls 2, they take like 4 or 5 hits, and I'm dealing 20 damage to something that probably has several hundred health. And that one hit probably would have been enough to take me down to like half health. You know, at the start, considering I'm wearing better armor and have like 3 times the base health stat. And so it's like, what is this? What is this health? This is not... Like, this is Dark Souls 2 design where they're like, yeah, we're gonna have like just a regular guy and we're gonna give him like 10 times the health that he needs to be, and yeah, we're gonna call him a boss. This guy is like Prowling Magus, Covetous Demon coded in just the terms of like how annoying they are. It's just like, oh, you're not really a challenge, you're just kind of boring. And it's like, that's what you see. That's the first thing that you see in this mod, or at least what I saw, because I thought like, oh, it probably follows a similar setup as Dark Souls, like the base game does, where it's like you go up the left first, and then you go up the right afterwards, and then like the top one in the middle comes afterwards. But right, then I have this guy, and this is all in the starting area. Like, this is the absolute first thing that you see. These 2 guys that have way too much health. And then you realize that, oh yeah, perfect blocking doesn't actually do anything, because it isn't a perfect block, it's just a, like, you know. And then you get Dark Souls 2. But like, you see what I mean when I say like, oh, this is the first thing that you see when you load it. This is like, welcome to Archthrones. Here is the definition of unfun. It's like, even with this weapon, +3, it's like some of this guy's moves are cool, but this is a regular enemy. This is just like fella, you know what I mean? And yet he's got like some insane boss tier moves. And it's just like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? I get why people enjoy this mod, or at least like were hyped for it, if that makes sense. You know, this looks cool. and in a demo and shit. You know, I mean, this is like genuinely really cool, but playing it, it's just a different story. It's like, has that guy respawned? Ah, okay, sorry, I thought they stayed dead. These guys are always the easiest to kill, even in Dark Souls 2. Especially in Dark Souls 2 because of like the tracking and shit. Does not give me a bone shard, unfortunately. You. I'm just gonna try and kill this guy over here. Because there's a second one of these I did just like first try. There is, I don't want to call it an exploit, but AI loot. Not that one. I'll try and get it. Too early. Nope, I don't think we are going to get it. Especially if I keep parrying way too early. Yep, or too late. I guess those are those are the only options, yeah. You are either too early or too late. That is indeed how it works. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. But you see what I mean? It's kind of like... I don't know, I feel like I am... even here, I feel like I'm in a late game area when I'm still like in the early game, even though this save has like 8 hours in, which admittedly a large amount are just AFK, tapped out, like most games. Yeah, so anyway, as I say, I don't know, if this sword had 100% absorption, even if it had a higher like a higher cost in terms of using it, yeah, I would be perfectly fine with that. What else can we throw our head against? There is nothing else here. I will admit, I haven't really tried the one in Rosaria's chamber. You know, some of these, like you know, the necromancer, right? He, you know, it has Sekiro level design, as in there is no shitty annoying run back. Whereas some of them, they just didn't do that. There are just some of these bosses where it's like, oh yeah, we kept the annoying run back from Dark Souls 3 and the rest of the series in complete fairness. It is nothing new. Like, that feels right. You know what I mean? Being able to, like, 2-3 shot these guys. This feels like where I'm meant to be. Except it isn't the first area. And also that happens. But like, I don't know how else do I get to Rosario's chamber. You know what I mean? There isn't really an easy way. It's like they moved the boss fight to where the deacons are. They put a bonfire right next to it. And that's like genuinely super appreciated. Because Dark Souls 3 boss runbacks are unfun. Sorry, I can't ring this, can I? No. Like, the runbacks for bosses in Dark Souls 3, it's not fun, it's not enjoyable, it is literally just tedium. And they changed it in Sekiro, and maybe Elden Ring too, I don't know. But like, some of the bosses like this one, they just kept the run back for. Unless I'm missing something, you know, we'll sort of explore the full area. Give them the biggest benefit of the doubt. Also, this area, Cathedral of the Deep, has the single worst enemy in this entire mod. Can't even see them from over here. There are some like Bloodborne inspired enemies in this area, and that thing there, like that tentacle blob, is genuinely one of, if not the single worst enemy in any game that I've had to fight recently. And that's like no exaggeration. They are genuinely some of the worst design enemies in recent memory. They are like genuinely just the epitome of not fun at all. So I guess, like, I don't think fighting that guy is going to do anything. There is a bonfire, like, basically behind my head, and I could run over, come up here, and come around here. But, like, is that any quicker? I don't think so. We run by all of these guys, go straight for the only one that ever poses any threat. That is genuinely embarrassing, especially considering I don't actually have... Do I really not have torch? Oh, shit. But yeah, you know what I mean, like, put a bonfire here. No one wants to run back. Like, as a community, as a game, as just like an idea, we have moved beyond we've moved beyond runbacks and stuff like that. Like, this damage, this seems like the guy I'm meant to be fighting, right? That was on me. Like, this feels correct. Whereas a lot of the other ones simply just don't. That was also completely on me. And I'm gonna run away from... Or at least I'm gonna try to. That could kill us. Nope. Okay, let me heal. Thank you. Thank you for getting stuck on the pillar. Thank you for once again getting stuck on the pillar. But you see what I mean about combos? Especially unfun ones. And every single boss in this game, in this mod... Sorry, I have not seen this phase. They all seem to have a phase 2. Now we're just playing Resident Evil. Why am I bleeding so much? Oh, you're Gwendolyn Light. Okay. Actually, no, this is just Bloodborne. Isn't this, is it Amygdala? Amygdala? Boss that looks like this? Oh, okay, I see, I see. You're not Gwendolyn 2.0. I don't know what you are, though. But, like, you see what I mean? This recording has been going on for an hour. I've been playing this game for almost an hour. And I don't feel like I've done anything. I don't feel like I have made any progress at all. You know, whether that be like... You know, progress in like learning movesets, or progress in just terms of figuring out what I'm doing. You know, I don't feel like I have done anything. And that's not a good thing. Oh, you prick. Okay, take me back up, quick. But like, or put a bonfire here. Just put a bonfire somewhere. Should we try and kill this guy just to see what happens? Because this is where Patches is. So I feel like there should be something. I also don't know why I took so little damage from that. Okay, you see what I mean? Like, this is decent damage. Nope. No, we get nothing. I would love to just... that one down there. Just shoot at it. Genuinely one of the most unfun enemies, just in general. Really, really badly designed. And like, I know it's a mod. I know that this is a free passion. Well, it's not really free, you know. They are getting paid to make this. So you can't really say it's like, oh, it's a free passion project like the Halo Wars mods. Let let's be honest, there is no money in making those. Like, people are paying for this. But it is still just kind of a passion project, right? And so it is kind of hard to criticize it to the same level as like a proper, you know, DLC. But Jesus Christ, those enemies are horrendous. I should probably like go and fight one just to prove my point. But I'm sure if you have played this mod, then you know exactly which ones I'm talking about. Okay. Free riposte, fair enough. Do I waste an ember? I have not tried this as well. I haven't tried this frost thing. I probably also should have waited. That's on me as well. Like, this is really cool. Like, genuinely, I really enjoy this. This is like such cool design. It's just, you know, the mod really has some issues. Which, once again, it is in a beta stage. Some issues I would consider like those. Also, the lack of any healing. I've explored the maps quite thoroughly, and I don't feel like I've found any extra healing at all. I wonder how this would be as a ranged fight, is all I'm gonna say, because I imagine it would be so much better. Well, not better, but easier, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna use the last humanity that I have. I might as well. I literally just lost life there. Yeah. But you see what I mean? Because, like, the thing is, "20 vigor, 700 health. Genuinely, it feels halved. I'm just kind of considering, like, do I just give myself a load more extra levels just to make this, like, even remotely enjoyable? But I feel like if I do that, then it's just gonna kind of, like, be super annoying. I don't know. I'm mine. Don't get me wrong, and I am seriously considering it because this isn't fun at the end of the day, and that's what you play games for. If something is just infuriating, then what's the point? I want to try if I can get to him. I want to try killing this guy because I don't know what it does. Please let me get that final backstab. Thank you. Has that actually done anything for us? I really don't know. But like, this is really nice. Having this bonfire be like, you know, really close. But it's just, oh, sometimes, man, this mod, it's like, what? You know, what are you expecting me to do with it? There is also that guy over there, which I didn't kill. Oh, please don't tell me he's still aggroed. Oh, please don't tell me you're going to jump down here. No, okay, thank you. I've played enough Dark Souls 2 to deal with spam swarms of shitty enemies. That's kind of what the game is about. Dark Souls 2 is a very basic level about, you know, large groups of enemies, and oh, I remember what happened here. There's a mimic. Like, that damage that he is dealing, that's the damage that I... Well, actually, no, it's less than what I would expect. Yeah, this guy's a mimic. What was that ring? Aldrich's Ruby. Covers HP from critical attacks. Could be genuinely really useful. We are at full health. Yeah, I just ran in here and didn't really think about the potential for it to be a mimic. Just open that chest as a last ditch. Get me away from here, you know what I mean? I am actually going to put that on, and I don't think we have any lighter. These are all much worse. Might as well change these then. Closest to... a fencer is just better in every way physically. We do still have a bit of allowance for this. No, we don't. Yes, we do. I think I would rather have those. Can I parry these guys? Yeah, I'm not too familiar with their moveset, as you might be able to tell. But I'm realizing that there's one of those fucking enemies in this position, isn't there? Ugh. That thing. Like, let me show you how bad they are. Please, let me... Okay. I know I said I would show how bad they are. I'm not taking it. if I can get in there and get rid of it, then I am most definitely going to. I'm not gonna lose the chance to pillage this area. But they are just like, not only is it the same just absolute combo spam that's just like insufferable, it's not even telegraphed at all. It is like saying it's bad is an understatement. I've never killed one of those guys before, I don't think. This is the bonfire room though, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, you? I haven't found any invisible walls in this mod yet. But what I'm gonna do... I'm gonna go back to the Nexus. I've never actually played Demon's Souls, so... But from what I have heard, it is quite a... You can tell that the game was made a while ago, is I think the polite way of putting it. Is this enough for a level? Yeah. Endurance would be nice, strength and dex would also be nice. Why does that deal so much? Oh yeah, sorry, we've got a ring that boosts dex. This ring gives us 3 extra dex, and our sword requires 18. We now recover health from critical attacks, which I don't know if that includes backstabs or not. That's one of the issues with using this katana instead of a normal shield. And please, my guy who made this boss, knowing that it was going to be in Dark Souls 3, the game with the shit camera. Oh yeah, no, we do recover health. The issue is we also get a bonus from being at full health. So we kind of don't want to recover health, we want to already have full health. I'm trying to parry his foot as well. It's a big one, but like... This damage is good, but this kind of feels like a boss that should be kind of like Abyss Watchers, where it's low health, very bad defenses, but also very high attack. You know, that feels like what this boss should be. Nope, too early. But it doesn't. This boss, oh, it has so much fucking health. You know what I mean? It probably doesn't have that much. It's probably just... It feels so much longer than it actually is. Because so much of your time is just spent dodging constantly, because once again, this moveset is not made... You see what I mean? That is a Sekiro moveset. That move, it's just not made for this game. You know what I mean? That move is made for one way you can, you know, I don't want to say spam block, but where you can just go like pew pew pew. Oh, sorry. Like where you can just do that and be fine. But this like this moveset is just not made to be in this game. And you can really feel it. Plus also like the movement that he has as well. This boss would, like genuinely, if doing that, if just Sekiro blocking didn't lose health, this boss would probably be perfectly fine. Even if I have issues doing the Sekiro perfect block. You know what I mean? Admittedly, it could be a thing from Elden Ring that I'm not familiar with because once again I haven't played the game. It will not run on my PC. And I don't hear a lot of good things about it, to be honest. Like, what is that moveset, man? And like that, this is only a +1. But like, you see him moving me around, like you see him physically pushing me, right? You know, you can see that as well, right? Because it really, you know, it really feels like he's pushing you around, and you really feel the limitations of this game, and you really see why they didn't put bosses like this in the base game, because they wouldn't be fun. Just like that, you know what I mean? We have pretty decent vitality, we have pretty decent armor. And yeah, it's still gonna do that. What is our current defense? 20. Right, I'm gonna switch over to the heaviest armor. And the heaviest of these guys. Let's just go with 70. You know, with the under 70 load. See if I feel any difference. But like, what is that? You know what I mean? I know I've already said it. Or should I just... I have a much higher absorption shield, should I just try that one instead? Or it could take off the Lloyd's shield ring, or sorry, Lloyd's sword ring. But like, you see what I mean? Even with a perfect block, you're still dying. I just... What do you want me to do with this mod creator? What game am I playing here? So you are probably the best one. Yeah, and you are the heaviest, aren't you? Oh no, we do have something heavier. Okay. But we're not really going to be able to afford that weight limit. Okay. So let's play this more like a traditional sword game. You see what I mean? I feel like I'm getting like ADHD from this camera. This is like fucking Zoomer brain camera. I didn't mean to do that. Though I think it should have worked if that was the smaller shield. But like, what do you want me to do? Game, what do you want me to do with this game? Please tell me. Like that's the thing that I wish some mods would do. It's like, tell me, hey, you know, you're probably gonna want to play this like Bloodborne. You're probably gonna want to like keep that aggression, or like, oh hey, you're probably gonna want to play this like Sekiro because of the perfect block. You know, I know that I said like, oh, Dark Souls 2, my first time playing it was not realizing what iframes were, essentially. And that's because the game doesn't tell you. And that is a big criticism that I have of Dark Souls games. And just like in general, From Software games. Is just, they are so anti-learning. You know what I mean? They just... So many of them, it's like, oh yeah, there's this one thing that you need to like really understand. We're not gonna tell you what it is though. You're just gonna have to sort of like figure it out for yourself. And this kind of feels like that, you know what I mean? Like when I look at this boss, the other one, the like the Rosario one, it's like, oh, I meant to play this like Bloodborne. This is like, what do you want me to play this as? Because the moveset is telling me play this like Sekiro. Perfect block. Which was not what I was doing there, I fully admit. You see, the thing is, like Sekiro, I enjoyed playing Sekiro because you don't get punished for being perfect. Like, what do you want me to do there, game? Other than just, like, feel a primal desire to, you know, the person that decided that this boss was a good fit for a game that has a notoriously shit camera. I'm also not entirely sure if this is, you know what I mean, like parrying perfect block, or like a Sekiro perfect block where it's like, what the fuck is that? And my guy just forgot that you're meant to leave openings. My guy just forgot that you're kind of meant to leave a space for the actual player to play the game. Plus also this arena is really annoying. It was annoying in Dark Souls 2 and it's still annoying here. I just have a desire to give myself the 32 strength needed to wield the massive shield that would actually make perfect blocking sensible. This one. I might just, you know, give myself a bit more. Because, as I say, this isn't exactly super enjoyable.